You know you can do it! You can do this!
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight we'll see the Dallas Mavericks as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Gary Trent is out there with Pippen. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Williams at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Mavericks, they've got Fresh. Achua is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Grimes in at the 3. Doors for front offices. With the season starting to wind down, what's important now?
Yeah, there are focus shifts depending on the season. And right now, with the season sort of dwindling, first and foremost, the draft lottery is important. The draft will occur over the course of the summer. So talent evaluation of those all-important college kids, the European players, but also you're evaluating your roster. What has worked? What do we need to change? There is always so much to look at if you are trying to put a team together.
Now here's Fresh. And the layup is good.
Yeah. That's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And it's the Hornets ball. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Sometimes it's about the talent disparity, and it would have taken a massive effort for them to even be competitive, and it was nothing close to that.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Irving. Lively a screen on Trent. Fresh with the ball. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from 3-point range. Fresh has got 5 points so far.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Fresh. Last time, 45 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Irving gets a screen from Fresh. Irving's shot is good.
What's amazing about Kyrie is the number of go-to moves he has on the interior.
However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
To the inside, got a piece of it. Stolen by Anderson. No one near Huerter as he lets it fly. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Grimes. Here's Fresh. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That free throw missing. Doris with Nowitzki and Doncic. The Mavericks have gone from one great European player to another.
And you could tell the 1 year that Luka got to play with Dirk, Kevin, he absolutely loved it. He got to learn from a Hall of Famer and a champion. What better way to start your career?
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Fresh. Takes it inside. It's good. Fresh has got 8 points.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Pippen dishes to Williams. Pass to Trent. Can't get it to fall.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
They get it again. Now here's Fresh. Shoots over Pippen. Fresh can't get it to go.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
They could use a bucket, and the layup is up and in.
Well, those are the point forward skills of Kyle Anderson. Slow-mo finds the open teammate.
Dallas leading by 3. Pass to Grimes. Now Fresh. There's a screen by Achua. 4 on the shot clock. The dunk by Achua.
You have to know how to screen and then when to release. Achua, excellent execution.
Hornets trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Anderson, the bounce pass. Here's Herter. Drilled from 11 feet out.
How about the assist coming off the deck? What a pretty bounce pass.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Irving from long range. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, this guy lives out there. Irving, one of the best three-point shooters in the game.
Now here's Pippen. He's covered closely. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
Boy, he really anchors well on the block. Very difficult to back down.
Now here's Fresh. 8 points for him. Going inside. Doesn't go for him. Hornets trail by 6. Inside. Here's Anderson. Off with the layup. Pass to Fresh. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Herter kicks to Trent. And he drives in. Anderson can't hit from in close.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Spurs. Pippen outside. Herter passes to Trent. Charlotte again missing.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Najee Marshall comes in for Achua. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Fresh. He's got 9. They set the pick. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Salong.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Takes a step back. Fresh, the pass to Gafford. Now here's Fresh, guarded by Pippen. And here's Fresh. His point totals exceed any reasonable expectations. Somehow he's managed to average about 34.5 points a game. Smith feeling it out a bit. Pass to Pippen. Lets it go with a three. Good on the triple. And now it's just a 4-point Maverick lead. The three for Doncic. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Mavericks on top, up by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, we've got Monroe. Smith is out there with Anderson. And it's Salon in at the small forward. Hornets trail by 4. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, Fresh in the last game against San Antonio played some superb basketball. He scored 45 points, and to no one's surprise, he was dialed in from deep. A performance like that makes you hungry for more. You're looking to follow that up tonight, guys.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Achua, he's checked in for the Mavericks. McCollum with the ball. Nothing on the board. Pass to Fresh. There's the triple. It's in the bucket for his 4th field goal. Shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
Well, with his ability to both score and facilitate, McCollum really fits the combo guard label.
Trent outside. Here's Monroe. Out to Smith. Just 3 to shoot, and Charlotte can't hang on to the ball. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at the Hornets. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. Mavericks leading by 7. Fresh can't get it to go.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Pass to Trent. Charlotte moving it around. Monroe kicks to Smith. Here's Salon. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Fires for 3, and that one's good. Fresh. Fresh has got the lead up to 10 now for the man.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
Anderson passes to Monroe. To the middle. Out to Smith. And they get it. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
Now here's Fresh. He's got 15. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to Gafford. It's McCollum on the wing. Puts it up from 17. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
And they lost the last matchup with this club, and it was really the reserves where the gap in play was felt.
Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Now here's Fresh. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 9-point game. Trent kicks to Smith. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Luka Doncic. The Hornets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Quentin Grimes is checked in for the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving. For Dallas. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Fresh subbed in for Luka Doncic. Anderson, he's checked in for the Hornets. 1:20 left to play here in the half. Trent passes to Williams. Pass to Pippen. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And 1:01 left in the first half. From outside the arc, traps in the tray. Achua's got 5 minutes.
I'll tell you, a confident stroke from Precious Achiuwa. He has elevated this aspect of his game.
Pippen, the pass to Williams. Here's Anderson. Pass to Herter. Now Trent. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
No surprise, it's Gary Trent Jr. who answers them right back from the arc.
Now here's Fresh. They're leading by 8. Down low, Irving. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's Herter. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Trent with it. He's picked up by Irving. Williams sets a screen for Herter. Outside Pippen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Really left alone that time. 7 points in the game. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Off the inbound pass. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And the 3-point shot has been big for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings. Hey, fellows, I'm just wondering your thoughts on how these teams stack up.
Well, I'm a big fan of stacking things. Title rings, onion rings, cash rings, ring cameras.
One of these things is not like the others.
I agree. Onion rings are the only thing that satisfy my shack-a-type. Hey, you got any onion rings in the back?
Somehow it always comes back to food. And now let's discuss this game. Talk about a strong start for the Mavericks.
Love that they're taking high percentage shots, and it hasn't been easy for them. It's hard to score inside when the defense is collapsing on you.
Who needs three-pointers anyway?
Kenny did.
So thank you, Ernie.
And that's a halftime.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been a clinic out there by Fresh.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
His fingerprints were all over this, involving his guys with his passes, finding different ways to take advantage of the defense.
Hornets trail by 6. Fresh is out there with Irving. Then it's Derek Lively. Then there's Achua. And it's Grimes in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. It's good. Herter's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Hornets.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Now here's Fresh, guarded by Pippen, and good that time.
See, Kyrie never hesitates. As soon as he sees that open man, boy, it is on time.
And Fresh picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Now here's Herter, guarded closer. Shot's good by Williams.
Gotta show more muscle to keep him off that low block.
Well, it's a couple of things here, I think. Certainly the effort, the willingness to fight, and the willingness to push him off of his comfort zone.
Now here's Irving. He has 5. Here's Fresh. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Fresh has got 22.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
For Charlotte, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. And so it's Dallas with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Now, here is Irving. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. And that one's good, Fresh.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And Herter gets it to go.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Fresh, the pass to Irving. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Greg, you love this topic more than anyone. When you think about the best ball handlers of all time, where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
Fresh can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Fresh picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Anderson with the screen for Trent. The kick out to Anderson. The tray. Here's Williams. And the slam by Williams.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And that one's good. Fresh.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kyrie Irving has teamed up with Luka Doncic. Kai says he's a winner. I'm a winner. We like going against the best. That's where we connect. It's about how we galvanize the rest of the group. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I failed and succeeded at the highest level. And I want to get back to that place. Kevin?
If anybody can do it, it is Kai. Title or bust. Thank you, D.A.
What you love about Gary Trent Jr., guys, is here's a guy who not only excels from the three-point line. Yes, he's a consistent guy stretching the floor, but his fearlessness, his willing to take big shots in tight spots, that is something to behold.
Now here's Fresh, and he has 28 points for the game. Pass to Irving. Now Fresh, 5 to shoot, or the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got 8 points.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's ready to talk things through with the team. You look at Fresh, what a contribution.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. With the break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been dialed in defensively this month. In third, the Hornets.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
And so it's Charlotte with it. They trail by 9 points. Now here's Anderson. He's tightly guarded. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
What I love about Kyle Anderson is he uses his size and length to his advantage. And he has to because he's not the most athletic guy.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
Now here's Fresh. Pass to Grimes. Here's Irving, covered by Smith. Irving misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Salon. Pippen outside. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Takes a 3. And again, the Hornets missing. Mavericks leading by 8. Fresh with the ball. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Pass to Salon. Anderson outside. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Williams, and he drops it in from the low post. And that's now 6 points for Williams.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Smith against Irving. Pass to Fresh. 4 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Kyrie Irving, and that's good. Irving's got 11.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Smith for 3. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Lively is screen on Pippen. Fresh with the ball. He's picked up by Pippen. Pass to Marshall from deep. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
And, guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Trent's checked in, and Monroe's subbed in for Kyle Anderson. Pass to Irving. Shot clock at 5. Drives to the hoop, and it's denied. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Trent. McCollum's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Turner's checked in for Pippen. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. And that one's good. Fresh.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Outside Turner. To the paint. Here's Salon. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Just 4 to shoot. A 3 from McCollum. Rebound by Monroe. Hornets trail by 8.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Here's Smith. Over Fresh. And so it's Dallas in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. Back to the action in just a minute. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
Contest 2s, right? We'll contest the 2.
A whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Over to the wing. This one for 3. Marshall can't hit. Hornets trail by 13. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. They've got Kevin Huerter. Mark Williams is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Pippen. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. Now here's Marshall. Now here's Fresh. Just 5 on the clock. The Hornets pull it in. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Anderson against Doncic. Open for three. And Lively pulls it down. Here's Dallas. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Now here's Fresh, guarded by Pippen. Pass to Doncic. The kick out to Irving. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And it's Anderson with the ball for Charlotte. It's a 13-point game. Left side, Pippen. Trent outside. Goes up from the top of the key. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Defense might want to think about trying to keep the ball out of Gary Trent Jr.'s hands, because right now he is willing anything he wants on the offensive end.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. A different look for Dallas. Achua comes in for Marshall. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Luka Doncic. Fresh with the ball. Pippen on him. Back to Achua. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 6th assist on the night.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Now here's Trent. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, it takes more than tight defense to bother Gary Trent Jr. It works out well for him with a trip to the foul line.
He doesn't get the second one. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity, always a plus.
Here's Lively. Here's Fresh. Offline with his 3. And Anderson kicks to Trent. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in. 16 points for Gary Trent Jr.
Oh, the defense trying to get physical and shake up Gary Trent Jr., and he's not having any of it.
Now here's Fresh, guarded by Pippen. Now Fresh, and they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now here's Trent. Tipped away. Pippen outside. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Well, we know Trent Jr. can flat shoot the basketball, but he has to balance that with his passing. Nice delivery there.
Grimes passes to Lively. And here's Fresh. Drops in the layup for 2. And that's now 33 points for Fresh.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way. Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
The free throw drops for Trent.
Gary Trent Jr., to me, guys, the very definition of a true shooter. He believes it's a natural talent, but he also works to develop himself into a reliable and efficient shooter.
Lively sends a screen for Irving. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys, during the break, listening in with Charles Lee and his team, you wouldn't know they were down from what he was talking about. He was positive with the team. He was calm. He said he wanted to keep them focused. It's a pretty good approach, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now here's Fresh. Defense is right there. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Takes the three. Connects from three-point range. Fresh has got 36.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Stolen by Fresh. Shoots the three. The Hornets pull it in. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor. Completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester. And that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And it'll be the Trailblazers off the tip. Now Simons. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Left side, Green. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes.
You love the confidence Green has. He wastes no time going up with the shot.
Simons outside. Launches it. It's rebounded by Şengün. To the middle. Here's Thompson. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chauncey Billups. We talked about Fred Van Vliet and how Coach hopes to counter him. Coach told me I'd love to put size on him and give him an unfavorable matchup. But the truth is, it's all about hustle, just staying on him as much as possible. It's a pretty straightforward strategy, but Coach hopes it's effective. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade. Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to step up and be that guy.
Pass to Thompson. Ayton with the defensive effort. Now here's Simons. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Pass to Green. Van Vliet with it. 5 on the clock. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. And Jalen Green is good for 3. Green's got 5 now.
Yeah, Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And here's Simons. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Thompson. And Van Vliet has got the ball here for the Rockets. Thompson's shot is off.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Avdia from outside hits the trifecta.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Outside for Green. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Brooks. On the wing, Thompson. From deep. And Ayton pulls it down.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And here's Avdia. And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That'll be a second foul of the game. And Houston will go for a different look here.
Substitution on the court.
1:19 left to play in the first quarter. Free throw line jumper. And that one's long.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Pass to Green. Eason with the ball. Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball.
Now the lineup for your Trailblazers.
And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Abdi outside. Now here's Henderson. Back to Abdia. Here's Klingon. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Down low. Adams, shot's good.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Pass to Klingon. Back to Henderson. Fires the three to the left side wing. Three-pointer off the mark. So it's the Rockets now. Smith in the high post. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
Yeah, so smart to go to a shooter to finish the fast break. And coach has to like seeing Smith hustle to complete the play.
Grant, left side. 1 second left. And he drives in. And the layup is up and in.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense.
It's all tied up in Portland. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Portland.
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
All right, and now you want to see them sustain this relentlessness for the entire game because it's clearly paying off.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you.
You have to love how Scoot Henderson plays beyond his size. I mean, using the quickness and agility to get the better of bigger players. I mean, that's impressive for a young guy to be doing.
Back to Thibault. Here's Henderson. Grab the screen. Back to Thibault. Just 4 to shoot. Misses the 3. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Pass to Kamari. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Easton. It's Easton with the jam.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. Pass to Benton. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Van Vliet with it. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Back to Smith. The kick out to Van Vliet. Outside Eason. Takes a 3. No good on the shot. Batten on the wing. The ball's knocked loose. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Ahead. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Wow. Smith going for a slam. He wants everyone to know that he's arrived.
Pass to Benton. Williams with the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Drains the triple. Bill's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it could even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea.
Yeah, even though he's 6'2", Henderson is best attacking on the interior.
1:51 left to play in the first half. On the wing, Thompson. Van Vliet left side. Outside, Green. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
Portland leading. And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That's his 3rd foul so far.
Second team foul.
Minute 32 left in the second. Ayton inside. Avdia from outside. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
Love seeing this from Ayton. Dependable at finding his teammates in their spots.
The 3 from Thompson. Sinks the tray.
3 points.
Thompson's got 5 now.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And it's Simons missing.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Back to Van Vliet. The 3 is up. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
And the luxury of having Van Vliet. He doesn't need the ball to score. Fred can work off the rock and be a spot-up shooter.
Pass to Avdia. And here's Simons outside. Finally gets one to go. That makes him 1 for 5 in this game.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Over to the left wing. Here's Smith. Misses off the right iron. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Portland ahead, up by 1. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Now Van Vliet. Brooks left side. The kick out to Van Vliet. Over Simons. That one off the back iron and out.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Well, Stanley was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always thought like a head coach.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Shot from the inbound. And Simons with the lay-in. Simons got 7 points in the game.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Pass to Şengün. Out to Thompson. All sorts of time. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. He has 7.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his Jay, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. It's a 1-point game. Count it, and one. He'll have a chance at a three-point play. It goes on Fred VanVleet. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Şengün in the post. He can't get it to go. Ayton with the defensive effort. Here's Sharp. It's hauled in by Houston.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Green. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
And fighting his way through. Green not afraid in there with the big boys.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. Şengün, no good. Right wing. Here's Ayton. Brooks with the rebound. The Rockets trail. Pass to Whitmore. Thompson outside. For the tie. Driving inside. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Shaedon Sharp.
Yeah, I like when Thompson goes in strong like this. I mean, just forcing the defense to act.
Both teams will make substitutions. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
Up top, Smith. A minute 50 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. We've got a close game here in Portland. Here's Kamari. Pass to Henderson. Back to Avdia. Jacks up at 3. Can't get it to drop. Outside, Green. Out to the wing. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
And that's just an all-around talent there. I mean, Green is dependable at finding his open teammates.
1:16 left in the third quarter. Henderson scanning the floor. Thibault on the wing. Henderson outside. Shot clock at 6. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Henderson's got 6.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Avdia pulls it in. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
Pass to Grant. Back to Avdia. And there's a 3-second violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
And Houston has possession. Trailing by 2. Left side, Eason. And here is Green. Covered by Thibault. Outside Holiday. Back to Smith. Clock at 6. Pass to Eason. For the lead. That one is off. And here's Grant from the arc. And And we've reached the end of the third. Portland ahead, up by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway.
31.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Trailblazers lead by 5. Here's Henderson. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Coach, it's such a difficult transition to the NBA. Scoot Henderson joins from the G League Ignite. What do you see in his game?
Well, look, I see a really talented guy who plays the game hard. What you've got to get improvement in are the 2 areas that most people have to improve in: shooting and decision-making.
Şengün in the post. And it's Portland with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
The officials were right on top of that one.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Trailblazers.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And when you talk about this Portland team, Stan, they're young and talented. They have some nice pieces going forward.
Yeah, and Brian, it starts with Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons in that backcourt, but Shaedon Sharpe, when healthy, they've got some good pieces to build around.
And the basket is good. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, love seeing the young guard Henderson take charge like this, making things happen on the drive.
Pass to Whitmore. To the wing, right side. 6 to shoot. The Rockets with another miss. Portland leading by 10. Williams from long range. It's rebounded by Şengün. Outside Eason. Here's Whitmore. Lays it up and banks it in. Whitmore's got his first bucket in this one.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
Outside Thibault. Outside for Henderson. Pass to Williams. Here's Klingon. And he banks it.
GG sirs. What the fuck? Uy, orang si Shopee, uy. Sige, orang Shopee gago. ngek.
Durant just wasn't feeling well or not, but Isaiah Stewart came in the ball game and he gave them everything they could ask for at the front of the rim. Nobody's better, or not too many people, I should say, are better than Isaiah Stewart at protecting the front of the rim. He did a great job of it tonight, and he really sent the Pistons off into transition on quite a few of those block shots and protecting the baskets early on in the ball game. I thought he did a phenomenal job, and it became contagious with his block.
What the fuck?
Early, I don't know if Jalen Durant just wasn't feeling well or not, but Isaiah Stewart came in the ball. Early, I don't know if Jalen Durant just wasn't feeling well or not.
What the F? Landkay. Okay, pengen tapi.
Love to see when the player address happens who's going to speak Spanish, and tonight the award goes to Kate Cunningham for the Pistons.
Yeah, Kate Cunningham clearly has been practicing.
He has been.
Espanol. Very impressive.
But
you're right. Be able to go on the road,
Mexico City.
Excitement and enthusiasm here in Mexico City for enjoyed this game. It's been fun to watch.
Yes, absolutely. Had a chance to talk to Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum yesterday, and he was just over the moon about being here again. He's been here, he said, over 20 times. There are grassroots efforts to grow the game here that's part of it. And, of course, it's a capacity crowd, and it's a chance to spread the joy of not only the NBA, but the game of basketball. Looks like the clocks are going to be okay. There was a bit of a concern about a clock issue before we got started. But Deidre Taylor is at center court, and it's Jalen Duren and the season debut of Daniel Gafford for the Dallas Mavericks tonight. He's been out with an ankle injury suffered on the first day of training camp in Vancouver.
And Gafford couldn't come back at a better time for the Mavericks going against the Pistons, who like to go inside, establish Duren in the paint. So Gafford, who I would assume would be on some form of minute restriction, will try to get the most out of him, Jason Kidd, while he's on the floor.
I may have spoken a bit too soon, by the way, about making sure that the clocks are functioning properly. Both teams were out on the floor,
Jinx
and we're
model.
in a holding pattern before tip here.
Now, I've heard of the broadcaster jinx, the announcer
I
jinx.
don't believe in the commentator curse.
The commentator curse, I like that better. But I've never heard that or applied that to the clock. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen before the game even starts.
Just builds up the anticipation.
Well, Grant, for both of these teams, they come in here on the same footing in this regard. They last played on Wednesday. They both played 5 games. They each had a back-to-back on Sunday and Monday. They played every game of their calendar so far on the same day. Wednesday openers last week, Friday, then Sunday, Monday back-to-back, and games on Wednesday. Both teams won on Wednesday. For the Mavericks, it's about survival due to the injuries that they have right now. But we talked to J.B. Bicker's staff before the game, and he said that their performance against the Orlando Magic, a 135-116 win on Wednesday night, was their best all-around performance of the year.
It was. And also considering they got off to a slow start in that game, but they played good basketball. They had forced the was absolutely phenomenal in that game. So they down here in Mexico City tonight.
I have some news for you, Grant. I think you're going to find some of this interesting. And that is that there is a clock malfunction. It was frozen. Now it's not working. The particular issue, of course, is the shot clock. So we're about 5 minutes away from starting the game, and the shot clocks are going to I want to give you a chance to think about this. We're going to step aside. And you know somewhere in the Mexico City right after this.
1, 2. Sabi ko tama na pero ang sabi mo sa akin nung
We like bees. What the?
Welcome to Mexico City, everyone. Tonight's game between the Dallas Mavericks and Detroit Pistons, the 34th game staged by the NBA in Mexico City, will start shortly. There has been a clock malfunction. Specifically, the shot clocks are going to be placed in the corner. Crew chief, referee crew chief James Capers walked over to the table a moment ago and informed us of the approximate 5-minute delay. So, as we discussed with the Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I just gave him a minute to think about it. Now, you've got a high school basketball career that dates back to the 80s, college early 90s. At some point in time, did you play with the shot clocks in the corner of the gym?
Well, Mark, you're putting a lot of pressure on me. I can barely remember it yesterday, let alone back in the 90s. But it did happen one time, and I want to say it was probably at North Carolina, where they have inferior facilities there, of course. So I'm sure one of those games there, that happened. But the NBA. You know, as a player, you got to pivot, you got to adapt and adjust.
What happens here for the players with the delay and the shot clock aspect of things?
Well, Mark, you know as well as anyone, athletes, NBA players are creatures of habits, and they have rhythm and routine before the game. They have the handshake line, they do their whole thing. So it will be interesting to see what team can adapt to this, but they're professionals. They play basketball. Once the ball is thrown in the air and it's tipped, I expect great performances from both teams and a great game.
James Capers, the crew chief, has brought the teams back out on the floor. He's pointing to the corners to tell both teams where the shot clocks are. I think what's interesting about this, Grant, is think about when you see players in a triple threat position, maybe a post-up position, you're holding the ball at the top of the key, and think of all the players who glance back either up at the clock at their end of the floor, or sometimes players look back at the clock over the basket at the other end of the floor. That may be the most intriguing part about this, is you're going to have to adjust what you normally would do in that regard.
Yeah, 100%. But you know what? Talking to both coaches, they want their teams to play with pace. So maybe the shot clock won't be an issue here, as these coaches want their teams getting up and down to get high percentage shots in transition. So we'll see.
We will indeed see, and we are ready to go. And the opening tip is controlled by the Dallas Mavericks, who are playing their 8th game in Mexico City. 4 preseason games. This is their 4th regular season game. The number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flag, puts it down and misses on the lefty layup attempt.
But I like that. He was aggressive early. He has the assignment of Sorry Thompson guarding him. Getting downhill, being aggressive, a must for Cooper.
Daniel Gafford is back for Dallas tonight. He did contest that shot, but Asar Thompson in the paint scores the first basket of the game tonight for Detroit.
Thompson playing with more confidence this season on the offensive end. Shooting the ball from the perimeter with more confidence, too.
Numbers have shot up to 14 points per game, almost a 4% increase this year. P.J. Washington in the paint for the Mavs. It's a tip-down offensive rebound controlled by Flag. Gafford going up for his first shot attempt, and it's blocked. Pistons run the floor. They don't have to worry about a shot clock there. Jalen Duren, the alley-oop, and catch and finish.
Roll, you saw it on that play in transition.
Sister at 8 a game this year for Cunningham. Averaged over 9 assists a game last year. Off-balance jumper from the elbow, miss for Cooper Flag. The veteran Tobias Harris, his second go-around with Detroit. Duren leads it for him. A hand by Gafford and the ball out of bounds with 16 on the shot clock.
Right there, getting out in transition. Jalen Duren, the big man runs, you got to feed him. Cade Cunningham always has his head up. Mismatch. Gafford a little late in transition. His fatigue right now could be interesting in this game.
Duncan Robinson for 3.
And that's why he was brought in. Duncan Robinson, a marksman. Right there, catch and shoot. Easy.
P.J. Washington to answer for Dallas, short on the 3. Thompson the rebound, tried the outlet pass. Deflected by Washington, but controlled by Thompson. Tobias Harris steps into a long launch. Defensive board. And Cooper Flag can run after grabbing the defensive rebound. Max Christie, excellent corner three-point shooter. That's his 10th made corner 3 of the year.
Yeah, and playing with confidence from that corner 3 shot, as you talked about, but that's pace that the Mavericks have to play with. Get the rebound down the floor before this Pistons defense can get set up.
Detroit scored the first 7. Mavericks missed their first 5 shots. And Cade Cunningham in the lane and a spectacular finish.
Cade Cunningham continuing with his play. Had that fantastic game Wednesday night at home against Orlando. And right there, Klay Thompson giving his crowd here in Mexico City a taste of what he's known for.
It is interesting you bring that up. During the starting lineup announcements, you may have heard the loudest ovation on the Mavs side of the equation was for the 4-time champion for the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson. A strong move by Duren and a foul is called on Dallas.
And clearly, Mark, fans here in Mexico City, they're like champions.
Yes, sir.
Klay,
who doesn't?
Who doesn't? But that was important. Klay has struggled at times with that shot. And here, look, this shot. Driving, being contested by Gafford. Clay, we talk about his shooting, his passing, but his ability at the rim, his size,
The fuck?
strength to absorb contact.
Tadi.
We talked about just place at the right time.
Thompson missing on the first and two for the season. He's at 61% at the line. JB Bickerstaff's team won 44 games last year. On the injury front, they're still, of course, without Jay Knighty, who had a right knee scope before the season started. Marcus Sasser is now missing his 6th game at the beginning of the year due to a right hip injury as Duncan Robinson sneaks in on the offensive glass.
I'm not used to saying that. Duncan Robinson with an offensive
Tip 81% of his shots are three-pointers.
Exactly.
And he goes to the basket on the missed free throws are three-pointers.
The fuck?
possession right there for Dallas. Dribble penetration, sharing the basketball, offensive rebound, leading to that open three.
Cunningham, alley-oop, quick authority to finish by Jalen Duran.
I think these guys have settled in now.
That 5-minute delay due to the shot clock malfunction is a distant memory, particularly for Cunningham and Duran. Cooper missed on the jump shot a moment ago. Robinson, who already has 5, is way off target. Thompson trying to save it in, and the ball's out of bounds. Dallas ball, which is over 4 minutes played.
Duncan Robinson pulling up there, looking, it's like a Steph Curry in Paris last summer. Shot off balance, 3 there. I guess when you're feeling it, you let it fly. As we see Klay Thompson getting a breather.
And D'Angelo Russell going in for the Mavs. And to your point, Grant, Robinson is feeling good about his shot. Started the year with the new team, of course, 0 for his first 6 from deep. He's made 50% since 13 out of 26.
And too good a shooter. He will settle in. Hit 4 threes Wednesday against Orlando. See right away, Dallas is getting it up there from 3-point line.
Gordon Hayward. Someone said in the chat, Cooper Flag equals Gordon Hayward 2.0. Lele. Good.
And I like Christie being aggressive. It's White Powell with that four-top screen, assisting on that layup.
Now it's Christie extending defensively. They double team the ball in the pick and roll. Duran to Tobias Harris. Offside rebound for P.J. Washington.
And good help on that roll, forcing Duran to pass it out.
And with the defensive rebound, an attack move, bisecting the lane on the drive. And straight to the basket, P.J. Washington. Gonna go down low.
Switch.
Ball, Tobias Harris. Good ball movement. Cunningham with the assist. And another jam for Jalen Duran. First time out of the game with 6:55 left in the first quarter. It's Dia de Muertos weekend outside the Calderón Metropolitano in Mexico City.
back to Mexico City, where the Dallas Mavericks and Detroit Pistons are playing for the second time in one of the Mexico City games. Mavericks head coach Jason Kidd in his 5th season as the coach of the Mavericks. J.B. Bickerstaff, his counterpart, season 2 as head coach of the Pistons. It was a slow start for Dallas. Detroit scored the first 7 points of the game. Mavericks have tied it once. Pistons currently in front by 2. Let's see what the action is out of the timeout for the Mavericks. It's a drive and no finish for D'Angelo Russell. Change of direction. Karis LeVert pull up in the paint is on the money.
And a nice pickup. Karis LeVert last year played well in Cleveland, got traded to Atlanta, kind of finding his way with the Pistons. But with this second unit, could be an added weapon for the Pistons.
And tonight is just his 3rd game of the season. Career 14-point-per-game score. Show and go by Washington. Used his shoulder against Durant to create space and finish.
I'll tell you, first of all, Durant did a great job sliding his feet there on that drive. But P.J. Washington showing his ability off the bounce. I thought last season he had the ball in his hands a little bit more and just getting more comfortable with the ball, driving. A few years ago was maybe primarily a corner three-point shooter. At times would post up, but Washington improving that part of his game certainly gets approval from Jason Kidd.
By the way, there has been a foul call here as well. Isaiah Stewart is called the foul. And so that is an off-ball foul that happened as Washington made the shot. So it's a chance for a 3-point possession here for the Mavericks on this trip down the floor, almost midway through the first quarter. Powell connects. Powell scored 18 points Wednesday against Indiana. His most points in a game since March of 2023.
Man, you were on that call. I was watching the game, and I heard the crowd yelling MVP.
Yes, most valuable Powell. That's what they were saying.
I like that.
Isaiah Stewart dribble handoff. Cunningham off target. And D'Angelo Russell, averaging about 11 points per game this year, drops in for the rebound. Backdoor cut, ball is tipped out of bounds, and the referees look at each other, and the ultimate call is Detroit ball.
I think they switched it back. Capers called it for Detroit.
The referees tonight are the veteran James Capers in his 31st season from Chicago, Dedrick Taylor in his 12th season from Miami, and Brandon Adair in his 8th year from Norfolk, Virginia. Ron Holland is into the game. Talking to J.B. Bickerstaff beforehand, he said, "We just love everything Ron Holland does. He's more aggressive this year on offense, and he plays defense with an intensity and a focus that is exactly what we want out of Detroit Pistons basketball." But it's still in the end is Dallas breaking down the defense and taking their first lead on the inside finish by Dwight Powell.
Yeah, we talked about Dallas struggling on offense there, but nice possession again. Player movement, body movement. Once again, those two, they are connected on that screen and roll action. Durant and Cunningham.
That's 4 made baskets and 4 attempts so far for Durant as the ball goes out of bounds off Max Christie.
And that's something now with Dallas, a smaller line of Gafford's on the bench. They're really going to have to pack it in on this screen and roll. The weak side's going to have to help. That Detroit loves this double high screen action, particularly with Stewart at the top.
Deflection by Washington. But look what I found for Stewart. And going high to the sky to grab it is Durant with the big finish. That's 10 in the first quarter. And what this is doing is it's helping Detroit solve their first quarter woes as Russell got in under the arms of Karis LeVert and draws a foul. Grant, this year Detroit is 29th in the league in first quarter scoring differential. Obviously very small sample size, but minus 8 points per first quarter. They're shooting only 37% in first quarters this year. But a lot of high percentage opportunities for Jalen Durant has staked into a 3-point lead.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has to be pleased with the focus and the attention to detail to start this game. Said it just felt a little casual to start games these first 5 games, not having that sense of urgency. It's part of having expectations. And last season they were the hunters. This year they're the hunted. So certainly they are responding here by coming out with some force in this first quarter.
Split on the line for Russell. Brandon Williams, who led Dallas Wednesday with 20 points, is checked into the game on the perimeter. As this time Durant shows off the ability to put it down. He's been catching a lot of lobs, but
50% last year on paint field goal attempts. Quick answer attempts anyway, but the scoop to the hoop is missed by Karis LeVert. And from Toluca, the three-point attempt goes up for D'Angelo Russell. Ball is out of bounds on Dallas with 3:40 left in the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 2, Pistons ball. He pulled up from Guadalajara right there. That was deep. Nice job, Russ. I'm impressed on your geography, your Mexican geography. Don't be. I'm not. Well done, my friend. It's not that impressive, but Russell has struggled a bit with his shooting thus far this season. Deflection by Brandon Williams. And to revisit a point that you brought up a moment ago, to clear up for all of our viewers tonight who may not be aware about injuries to the Dallas Bigs, Derek Lively with a knee injury is now missing his 3rd consecutive game. Anthony Davis went out of their game on Wednesday with what was at the time described as lower left leg soreness. Stewart taps on his own miss for Detroit to tie the game. After an MRI, Anthony Davis has what's deemed by the team as a low-grade left calf strain and is out a minimum of 2 games. And I'm grateful for that. When he went down, I was worried as Cooper Flag knocks down a three-pointer from the top. But Anthony Davis, we saw him out here working out before the game. They said a couple games he'll be back. And so a great sign for the Mavericks. Those were the first points of tonight's game for Cooper Flag. Tobias Harris inside, draws a foul. There's a timeout on the floor with 2:49 left in the first quarter. In Mexico City, Dallas with a 3-point lead over Detroit.
And see you in 2 hours. Ration boy. Sorry.
We're gonna miss. 2 more innings. Oh, Bo!
Right.
Let's go, Blue Jays!
Foul ball. You gain so much aura when to start the inning. You get a guy going 0 for 3 strikeout. You gain a ton of aura. Yeah, come on, Savage! Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, 1 out, 1 out. 5 more. Alexander Williams. 5 more. 5 more. 5 more. 5 more.
Then the three-point shooters will have some wide open looks for the Pistons.
A foul on Najee Marshall before the time.
RQGP will stop.
Good. Hindi naman rebound ng mabuong. Hindi naman rebound ng mabuong. Screen.
Russell went to Cooper Flag, back outside to Russell. Three-point attempt is missed, and then the ball is
first game, and you're playing in Mexico City.
7,200 feet.
The altitude, ooh. I know he's feeling it right now in his lungs a little bit.
Yeah, it's a long burner.
But good to see him back out as he makes a great block there on that Thompson drive.
Marshall was measuring his defender, LeVert, in the corner. Drive to the basket by Cooper Flag. Ball is deflected. And the last touch of the ball is by Isaiah Stewart, but it does leave Dallas with a healthy amount, still 11 on the shot clock.
And Isaiah Stewart, physicality, even defending that drive. We saw that against Carolina last year.
Trying to separate on a screen was Cooper. Instead, it goes out to Daniel Gafford on the three-point line. Now, low clock. Remember that the shot clocks over the baskets are off, but that did not deter Najee Marshall, who just drilled his first three-pointer of the season.
Tough first three-pointer of the season.
Long two on the baseline is missed by LeVert. Dallas might have been able to shoot for a 2-for-1, but the turnover on the travel by Cooper.
Indecisive right there. Wasn't sure if Cooper wanted to shoot it or drive. It certainly doesn't help when Asar Thompson is guarding you. Like, hey, impressive first quarter for both groups. You know, I mean, we talked about how they struggled offensively, and both teams have done some really positive things on the offensive end. Now, maybe they clean up the defense going into the second quarter, and coaches will be happy.
And for those just tuning in, this is all against the backdrop of the game starting almost 10 full minutes late. There was a shot clock malfunction before the game, so the above the basket clocks are not working, and they have the shot clocks and game clocks in the corners of the arena here in Mexico City. Feel like I'm watching Hoosiers. Down goes Gafford, and a cross-court skip pass on a shot clock buzzer-beating attempt that was missed by Harris. Max Christie lets it fly. The new heave rule gave him the confidence to fling it forward, and he misses off the iron at the end of the first quarter. Tonight's Peacock exclusive coverage presented by Xfinity. Mavericks up by 3 after 1.
One. That's it, chat. Short stream on on chat. Next time, bud. GG's. Enjoy the rest of the game. Enjoy the rest of the day. The game naman nun. Goddamn, bro. 2 hours.